Greetings, welcome back to PinkOddBird. Well friends, today we are on, I guess this is part 2 of our little freely creating series where we're going to be making these journals together. If you haven't seen part 1, the first video to this little segment that I'm doing, I will link it in the description box below. It's basically going through how we put all of these pages together and got everything prepared. And then off camera, what I did was I did some stitching on the signatures. They're going to be, I guess they're technically journals. They're traveler's notebooks, but I did do some stitching on them just here and there, and I got that part taken care of off camera. So today, originally in my last video, I said that we would come back and maybe do some pockets today, but I think what I would rather try and do first is get some collaging done on some of the pages and maybe make some paper clusters using the scraps that I have here. So why don't we go ahead and get started? All right, so again, you guys, if you don't remember what I said before, these books are going to be not themed. They're just going to be, they're going to be what they're going to be. And actually, let me grab my masking tape and my washi tape, I think. Okay, so I brought my oh, I forgot the masking tape. All right, so I've grabbed my masking tape and washi tape, and in true form, the first thing we do is condense our working space to 2 by 2. All right, so what I'm going to do is just go through the book, and pages that are like really fragile, like this book page from 1941 or magazine page, I'm going to take either my masking tape or washi tape, maybe both, and we want to make sure that those are reinforced, because if they aren't, once you stitch them into the signature, you run the risk of them potentially coming apart, and you don't want that. So we're going to run through doing some of that here. I probably won't do all 3 on camera because, as you guys already know, well, maybe we'll see. We will see how it goes before I say that. Also, I'm just going to put some tape here on this little edge, and this is how my pocket is going to close because it's so fragile. I didn't want to stitch on it, but you can see there it's still a pocket. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this little mini series. It's really nothing more than just crafting along with me. I'm not, you know, reinventing the wheel on anything that I'm doing, but I do hope that you guys will enjoy this process along with me. I'm going to take some of my washi tape, just random. Try to pick the Tim Holtz ones because they're a little bit more neutral, but if I get to a page where there's color, I do have some blues, pinks, and reds in my little caddy here. All right, cool. All right, so we've reinforced that a bit, which is perfect. And then actually you want to make sure you get that crease back in there, because if you don't, your page is going to fold really wonky. All right, so let's continue running through to get this part done first. Kind of just doing it in segments or phases. For now, I'm not going to do these because I'm not sure how that's going to end up being. Okay, this music paper is relatively old also. So let's get a bit of this. And, ooh, I should have grabbed my other Tim Holtz, but that's okay. We'll just do what we got here. No need to go out of our way to do anything extracurricular. And if you're not sure about your washi tape stickiness, just add a little bit of glue to where you're going to add your washi, so it'll ensure that it stays down. All right. Perfect, perfect. Making progress. Every little step, every little step. All right, and then this last one here I will do because these are really old. Try not to cover too much of the wording because that's like the best part. Ooh, it's inevitable on this side though. We need to get a little bit towards the bottom here. And maybe down here. Looks good. All right, so there's one done. One done for that part anyway. And then we'll do two. It's always fun to look at those old advertisements and stuff from old magazines, and I've got a lot of old magazines. I'm sure that's no surprise though. No surprises there. One day I'll shed myself of them, but for now I'm just gonna enjoy them. I went to Home Goods today and they already have their Halloween stuff out, which is making me nervous because that's going to be my next project after this is, you already know, preparing for the old Halloween like we do every year. But it's just cool to see like what they're putting out and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm excited, you know, it's my favorite. I like summer because it's obviously warm, and if you guys know me, you know I hate being cold. Then next to summer, October is my next favorite time of year, because it's Halloween, you know, it's just my favorite. Okay, cool. Now that that part's done, put my washies away. How about you guys? What's your favorite time of year or favorite holiday season? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so next we will move into doing a little bit of collaging, and for that I have a bunch of papers here off to my side. It's just like random, like scrappy stuff. A lot of it is cutoffs from what's already in the book, or I mean, even if I mix it up and don't, you know, put some from another book in another, it's fine because it's like same premise. All right, so I'm just going to just randomly kind of go through here. I don't know what else is going to be added to some of these pages, but this is just kind of like foundation work, you know, no real rhyme or reason has to go to it. It's just what we feel like doing. And that's it. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one here. You can use whatever glue you like. I'm just going to use my glue stick. And since my washi is here, I might actually use some of these because I don't use them too often, but they're like these little pieces of like image and stuff that are on a washi type roll, and I can't remember where I got these, but why don't we just use some of these? And I'm gonna burnish those down. And what else have we got in here? So many pieces of scraps. Okay, I don't want to put another book page because it's a little redundant. I might have to open the lid to my scrap box, or I also have some leftover images from my last project here to my side, so I can also use some of these, I think, to help out with my collaging. See what's in here. It's like that. It's kind of creepy though. We don't want to do creepy. Oh, and you know what? I do have some other, oh, they're probably buried in one of these two piles. That's okay. We'll just dig as we go. That's all you can do, is just dig as you go. Take a little bit of this, perhaps. And where are my scissors? Wow. I just realized I've been tearing everything. I haven't even used my scissors. Scissors who? And I think I'm actually going to grab my other glue because some of these pieces of paper are a little bit bigger. Not bigger, thicker. Some of these pieces are a little thicker, so I just want to make sure that they do stay down. Cool. So just as simple as that, a little collage. And I'm going to pop a little glue here. Okay, so this we did do as a pocket. I might go back and stitch that. Here, let's do this is a cool piece, some textured paper. So put that, and then maybe we'll add a little bit, some of this maybe. I'll just pop that up there at the top. Just want to give the background a little bit more interest on some of the pages, and then, you know, we'll go from there. And I don't think I'll film all three of me doing this because that's going to take me a while to do, but it's the same idea, the same premise for each book, and when we come back, we will do probably like pockets and tuck spots. Most likely. That's what's going to be next. I love this paper because it's kind of like a sponge, like if you can see that. It's interesting. Great. And then you just do this wherever it feels right to you. It doesn't have to be every page. It doesn't have to, you don't even have to do this part. This is just what I'm doing. So if you want to skip this, by all means, please do. Because it's not necessary. It's just for added vibes. This is kind of a pretty relaxing part too, where you can just kind of like, you know, vibe out, watch some TV while you do this maybe, listen to some music, or just listen to the sounds of the outside if you have access to windows and doors in your crafting space. Kind of therapeutic. It's kind of what I do. And then like if I'm ever feeling like anxiety about something, I will put some like lavender in front of me, or my friend Janine makes these Florida waters. I spray some of that on because it smells really, really good. and just things like that, like calming smells. You could put your diffuser on. It could be anything really. So just some little tips and tricks and things that you can do to just keep yourself comfortable while you're crafting, you know. I feel like that makes for a better creative space anyway, to make yourself have like a little bit of ambiance. Ambiance or ambience? Ambiance? Or ambience? Ambience? Ambient? To make it more ambient? Or, okay. Enough. Enough is enough. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up, and I will come back when I have this one done. May not even need that many because of the way that I organize the pages in this book. I don't really feel like it needs a whole lot. So that's kind of cool. Good job, April. All right, so we are just rounding out the last of the collaging that I'm doing, and I think we probably have a little bit of time and daylight left to do some paper clusters, and we're going to be just using strictly scraps for this. So if you've got scraps, then you already know what to do. Let's see, I need to add one more little thing to this, I think. How about a little tinge of music paper? Like that. And I'll do another washi sticker. Perfect. Okay, great. All right, so that part is done. So now I'm gonna just set these all aside, and I'm going to start pulling out some of my just random scraps, and we're gonna make some paper clusters. Okay, I'm not sure what we've got here. Looks like some kind of like handmade paper. So I'm just gonna tear these and start making little piles. Okay, and I've got a little bit of coffee filter here. I can also use this. Just put it in 3. And then I've got some book page here. This is already kind of like a scrap of its own. Let me think. Okay, so why don't we just start with 6. So I'm going to condense these down. All right, so we got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I think we need to add something that's got a little bit of color to it. So I have this is one of my digitals. I think this is in my Etsy. I think if it is, I'll link it below. Could be just something that I made copied from my ephemera stash. All right, maybe we'll put you there. Maybe we'll add a little bit more of this to it because that's a fun texture. How about you? And then maybe we'll put a little music paper on a couple here. And let's see, I got a yellow scrap of something here. And I don't like to have all the edges like too perfect, so kind of tearing those edges a little bit. There's a nice little piece. Put it here perhaps. pretty straightforward, not too earth-shattering, but I do think I want to add a little, let me see, it needs something else. I'm just not sure what it is yet. And pop of green maybe for some. Here, here, and here. All right, let's start with that and see how this looks. I'm gonna start just by kind of just putting them like into like little scrappy clusters. So we got that. And then you could just organize this like however you think it looks best, so that a little bit of all of your stuff shows. Like this maybe. Yeah, I like that one. All right, so that's one. I think I might stitch on these, and I think when I do that I might add some little paper flowers that I have to give it an extra little pop. Just so you know that in advance. So we got here, we'll add this. Actually I'm gonna do this like that. And then we'll put this little yellow piece. And I feel like I want more of the book page. There we go. There we go. If you have any scraps of like ribbon or fabric, anything like that, this is also a good place to add some pieces like that in. Okay, that's 3. I actually kind of like how this one is just as is. It's you can see a little bit of everything there. So that's 4. Ooh, I didn't add that many to this one, but that's okay. Maybe we can do, oh, that's so pretty. I want some of that shimmer to show. So we'll do it like this, but I also think I want to add a little bit of like book page or something, because that one's a little, it doesn't have as much paper as the others. So we'll just pop this little piece in, and you can still see that cute little shimmer. So that's 5. And then number 6 here, let's see how we want to organize this one. 2, a little book page perhaps on 3, and then we'll fold this a little to give it a little bit more interest. And I think I'm going to actually pop this one behind, and that's perfect cluster. All right, I'm going to take these to my machine and stitch on them, and I'll show them to you when I get back. Okie dokie, so here are the clusters. On some of them I did go ahead and add some like pieces of fabric, and then like I said, I added some of these little flowers to them just to give an extra like little pop. Since I did add fabric to the back of some of those, I'm gonna grab my fabric glue, and then we'll place these into the books, and then that's gonna be it for today. All right, here we go. In no particular order. Okay. And if need be, I can always make a few more. These are really easy breezy to make. So I think I'll add one here. Try not to add too much to these pages because they're very delicate. But I think that makes a nice little page tab there. Let's find a spot back here. I think maybe here is key. Ooh, I don't know, because am I going to glue this down? Because I don't want it getting stuck on there and then tearing the page. So maybe not there. Maybe let's do this one. Don't want to eat up too much of the journaling space because there isn't a lot in this book, and that's by design. That still leaves a lot of space there. So I think we'll survive. Perfect. So cute. Okay. So I did 2 per book for now. So let's grab the next one and add them in here. Find some nice locales. Maybe we'll add one here. So add a little fabric glue since this is on fabric. Put it here. Great. All right, and then we'll do the second one. Why don't we just do it here? Oh, this one can be, well, since I've already got this glue open, you don't really need to use your fabric glue when it's not on fabric. Unless you just like to do that. Okay. And the last one looks good to me. I think I like it here. Perfect. Great, 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 great. Awesome. Okay, so friends, that's what we have for today. We made some nice little progress, I think, on these. And I believe next time we come back, we'll start adding some like pockets and tuck spots to these. And yeah, and we'll see kind of like how it goes from there. And I think there won't be too much left to do to these after that, I don't think, but who knows? Who knows? So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video today. If you did, drop a comment down below and let me know if you're crafting along with me, or if you just kind of like these videos where you can just kind of like relax and just watch me work on these. And yeah, I like to hear from you guys. You already know that. And I think that is gonna wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is headed into. And until next time, toodaloo.